Hi guys, it's Monday. Gonna get out on the road and actually do some cornering practice now. Not sure how long I'll be out, but yeah, be good to get out and do that before lots of racing this week. So Monday, Tuesday and Friday I'm going to be doing crit races. So yeah, I want to make sure my cornering is on point. So yeah, also going to be testing out this, put a new saddle on the bike because it was getting really creaky and it was mainly coming from, it was pretty much all coming from the saddle, I reckon. So yeah, put a new saddle on it, but I've only ridden that on the roll. It seems all right, but I've only ridden that on the rollers, so get out on the road, see if it all feels decent, and yeah, and make sure I'm ready for racing this week. Thing is, I'm very used to racing on this bike now that I've been doing it for the past 8 weeks or whatever. So I think I'm going to race on this bike this week, and then maybe next week I'll, well, during this week I'll make sure the TCR is all good, all ready to go, and then probably maybe start racing on that as is like a better bike that's going to be faster at the end of the day. So yeah, this one's done well, but now that I've got my better bike back, it's probably the best decision to race on that. On the trainer now, watching some of the box outdoors. 1500 men's final now. Hold on for third, Harry. Come on. Oh.
To win $1,500 for Birmingham.
Pretty heavy legs, but just topping up to 3.5 hours of total riding for the day. Mainly use zone 2 really. Hi guys, Tuesday. Just gonna do an hour and a bit on the rollers and on the trainer because racing in Tameside again this evening. So just spinning the legs out this morning, seeing how they feel, seeing everything's all good, and then head across to Manchester at 4 o'clock or whatever. And should be able to do 2 races this evening. Should be able to do the 2-3-4, and then there's meant to be a 3-4 after that. So should be able to do that as well. That'd be good. Legs are feeling good after a couple of days of relatively heavy legs from increasing the training volume a bit. So yeah, just see how I get on this evening. Back in Tameside for week 4 of the series. It seems to be quite a field today. There might be additional people that enter on the day, but people who had signed up online, it's at least half of what's normally signed up. It's probably less than 10 riders in both races. So yeah, just any extra people who show up on the day, but I'll be doing both races. So yeah, get out there, have some fun, race hard, and yeah, see what we've got in the legs today. 2-3-4 was bloody hard last week, so maybe that's scared some people off. But I think it's most likely the fact that we've had a long weekend this weekend with May Day bank holiday. So maybe people have taken an extra holiday off this week and extending that long weekend to a long week. Get off work for a bit more. Don't have to worry about that for me because all I'm doing is racing really. It's a lovely evening for it. Very still and very warm. Yeah, maybe too warm. Can probably overdo it in the warm up too much, but yeah, I'll just do 30 minutes easy on the road. I'm not heat adapted. Can't deal with this good weather. Nice steady warm up, 25 minutes at 130 watts or something, just to keep the legs spinning and get them moving, because yeah, it's so warm today that you're at risk of overheating in the warm up, so less is more really. So I've got 15 minutes now, so I should be able to get on track in a minute, so I'll head over there and see how we get on today. 2 solid races that back to back, can't complain. Yeah, actually managed to make a hard work in the 2-3-4, not as hard as last week, but sitting on the back kind of, but able to make a couple of moves off the front, which was really cool. So made a move off the front, didn't work. I think I was trying to bridge a breakaway that kind of dissolved a little bit afterwards. And then around the time of the prime, like I kind of got caught off guard, and then I got spat out the back a little bit, but kept chasing on for 3 or 4 laps, and eventually they sat up a little bit and I was able to catch back on, which was good. So kind of had to make that being kind of 2 efforts, and then I made a third big attack off the front that again wasn't able to. It was similar to my attack from 2 weeks ago, where just attacked over the front and kept the pace on it in the front, almost brought back the breakaway actually. But just not able to get separation and just like dragging the peloton with me. Like you make these massive digs and I'm making these silly accelerations, and guy behind's on my wheel, and like they let me go a little bit, but then they'll catch back up and then they're just stuck on my wheel. So I end up bleeding it out, and then but rather than getting swallowed with 1 lap to go, I kept it fast. So I was still leading the main peloton going into the last lap,
and then like 6 guys came on me inside in the hairpin and being really aggressive with it, but stayed in the bunch for the sprint at the end, and wasn't really contesting the sprint really at the back of it, because yeah, basically first time in a sprint finish in the bunch, so just being safe, well, being a bit of a pussy, but didn't want to do anything silly, because like guys are getting very choppy at the end. So yeah, I was pretty gassed, because that's like 3 big moves in the 2-3-4 race. So started the 3-4 race, and I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. I basically just sat back, tried to conserve as much energy. Obviously, it's not as crazy attacky, and you're able to sit on with less effort, not working as hard out the corners. So yeah, I was just sitting on the back and making sure I was maintaining contact. And it's only 20 laps, and I was thinking, okay, get to like 4 laps to go, and I'll make an attack off the front. I end up making an attack. And again, just couldn't. I'm making these. I've got that change of pace. I've got a decent sprint, but I don't know if it's the bike. It's a bit bitchy to blame the bike, but I could be riding the TCR. Not able to get separation with my attack, so just dragging the peloton with me. So I basically let it out with 4 laps to go and made inroads to catching the breakaway in front, but wasn't able to catch them. I mean, that was my plan: solo bridge to the break of 4. But yeah, just ended up leading it out on the front, keeping the pace high. I'm confident on the front, so that no, I don't want anyone coming around me in the hairpin or whatever. So basically, did my final sprint lap from like I did last week to win the Cat 4 only. Did that as the final lap, but just leading it out. But wasn't able to catch the breakaway. So break of 3, well, it was a break of 4, and I think the guy crashed out of the breakaway on the final hairpin. So it was a break of 3 that came into the finish, and I led out the peloton behind, so managed to get 4th, I think. So probably just outside top 10 in the 2-3-4, maybe like 30th or something, and then 4th on the next race. So yeah, getting better. It was good in that second race that I was able to. That's like the least power I've ever done in a race. I probably didn't even average 300 watts for it. I was like down at 260, brought it up to 280, I think. And with my finish, it might have brought the average up to 300 because I went hard. But yeah, I just showed that I can conserve energy. I don't have to be riding threshold every time I come here. I can be a bit more sensible, conserve a bit more energy. Because I was so tired from the first race. I'm like, I need to sit up. I can't do an attack off the front, or if I do, it's going to go nowhere. So I just sat on to start off with, saved my energy, and yeah, and then was able to make a decent attack at the end. Wasn't able to bridge to the break, but ended up leading out for a decent position on the day. So yeah, I'm just going to go. I put some lights on my bike, so I go spin around the block rather than rollers, and do 20 minutes spinning, and then head home.
Beans. Rice. Probably be eating beans for the next 5 days. Morning guys, it's Wednesday. Actually racing in Nottingham this evening again, but just going to do an hour or so spin outside now on the TCR and see, just spin the legs out and then get in the train to Nottingham this evening. There's meant to be there's rail strikes going on, so there's a potential train could get cancelled, but with the train I've got booked, I'm going to go down to the station. If it's on, then perfect. If not, I should still have time to come home and then drive to Nottingham. So that'll be a bit stressful, but that's the backup option if the train fails me. So yeah, crack on with my hour spin now. Just heading off to the station now. Still lovely out. Got like 25 minutes before the race, so just chilling out really. Already did the 20-minute drive from the station, so no need to overdo it. But yeah, it's a lovely day for it. Not as warm as yesterday, but still really nice. Solid race that, especially after racing twice yesterday. So pretty happy with how I did. I think there was quite a few breaks that went up the road that I completely missed. I thought there was a 2-man break up the road and then the peloton that was still together, and I've just been generally at the back of that peloton, swinging, moving up a little bit, shifting back again. But yeah, in the main peloton, I guess, and kind of led them out for a sprint finish, and one guy came around me, but apparently that's quite a lot up the road, so it wasn't like a fourth place that I thought it was. But yeah, decent at the end of the day. Definitely could have been better. Probably just should have been up there a bit more often. It's definitely mentally fatiguing to be up there as well. So whereas if you're at the back, you've got a lot less to worry about, and just make sure I'm covering moves in front of me and staying attached to the main peloton. But yeah, I guess it's complicated to see who's up the road when there's lap riders on course. But yeah, I should be keeping on top of that better. But yeah, decent finish at the end of the day. Like got round this week, so can't complain too much. Probably got a couple of points, so yeah. Racing again on Friday, so see how we get on there. Back now. Have a good day of training. That pretty boxed. See how the legs feel in the morning. Not surprised. It's been hard work. Hi guys, it's Thursday. Having a rest day today, so I'm probably going to get out on the bike for about an hour, just steady zone 1, low zone 2 sort of thing. Just really nice day for it. Already took the dogs for a walk. Yeah, unsurprisingly, pretty tired after feeling all right this morning. But last night I was like, oh my god, I'm not sure if I can race today. Obviously I got on with it and I raced decently well, but yeah, it was hard work. Racing 2 times on the Tuesday night and then back again on the Wednesday for another 40-minute crit. So yeah, I mean, it's going to get me fit for sure, but I've been ramping up the training a little bit and ramping up the training volume and then like maintaining this intensity. So it's like, yeah, it's not going to be easy. But I mean, it's what I need to do if I want to get better at doing these races. Like, it's not necessarily about getting as fit as possible. It's about just getting the experience racing. So yeah, actually got my core body temperature sensor which arrived yesterday. So just charging that up now, and then I'll try and pair it to the Wahoo and see what that's like. I plan on doing a heat ramp test sometime next week, and then I think I'm going to wear the core body temperature sensor for my time trial on this Sunday. But I won't have a clue what the data means. And then once I've done the ramp test and I understand my heat training zones, then I can look back at that data file and be like, okay, I was blowing up, or quite what really. So yeah, have a play around with that and try and get that connected to the Wahoo and get a data screen for that. There we go. That seems pretty normal to me. Getting out for my recovery ride now, just an hour. Yeah, play around with the new toy, the core body temperature sensor, and get a little bit of data from that, and then do some more serious testing over the next few weeks to really understand what the data actually means for me and how I can use it to hopefully get better really and get better heat adapted. Nice ride that, and then my core body temperature synced up all nicely with the Wahoo, and then it synced the data to the app afterwards because it holds on to some amount of data for 2 days or so, and so long as you link it to the app, it will back that data back up and you can look at it in more detail. Cause on the Wahoo it gives it to 1 decimal place and then it's to 2 decimal places on the core app. That extra precision is probably negligible really, margin of error for the device probably, but yeah, it's cool that it does that. Yeah, it just works quite seamlessly. Core temperature didn't get above 38 degrees out there, so it was like no heat training benefit at all, which is good because it's just a recovery ride, but it was like 20 degrees out there, so I thought it might be the case that maybe it would rise a little bit more, but that's good to see that it's not going crazy over just a 200 watt average ride. So yeah, morning guys, it's Friday, getting out for a quick 1 hour spin on the bike, then racing in Leeds this evening, so get the train to Leeds, race there and then come home. So yeah, just get out for a nice easy spin this morning just to spin the legs out, and then crack on with racing again this evening after having a rest day yesterday. So should be in decent shape for it. Not as fatigued going into as I was going into Wednesday's race. So yeah, see how we get on. Results came out for Wednesday, so I actually came 7th on the day. So there were guys up the road. It wasn't just 2 men up the road. So the key for tonight is going to be making sure I'm better positioned to be mid-pack or closer to the front, so that I can monitor what's going on, and if there's breaks happening, then ideally getting a break, you know. So yeah, but we'll just have to see how we get on. Nice little 70-minute spin that, and then some cornering practice thrown in there for good measure. Just like 10 minutes of that, just looping the bike around, doing figure of eights and stuff like that. So yeah, just heading to the station now, then get the train to Leeds for the crit at 6 o'clock. So yeah, got plenty of time, so crack on with it. Should be the last riding on the racing on this old dog. So hopefully I should be on the TCR next week. Good hard and fast race that with a big field, so yeah, that was very nice actually. Circuit's really fast, like big wide sweeping corners that you take with a lot of speed, and one hairpin, and then you're on a downhill straight after that, so you straight back, sprint out the hairpin and back up to speed. Yeah, interesting, because it's the first crit circuit I've done that's got like a proper decisive hill in it. You don't get punished for being heavy, like my weight probably perfect for that sort of hill, because it's probably 2-3% and 30, 40, 50 seconds, 30 seconds tops really. So yeah, I was making a concerted effort to be near the front, and nothing was getting away. There were like rides on course, so you're like a bit unsure of yourself sometimes. But yeah, generally everything was staying together because yeah, it was just being kept really fast. So doing some work on the front, and but yeah, nothing getting away, and did end up getting shuffled back nearer the end. I mean, I was getting a bit tired, get shuffled back. Then last few laps, I'm like, okay, I need to be in contention here, so move my way back up to the front, and I knew that last hill would be really decisive, so made the effort to get around on the hill. One of the strongest guys on the hill, obviously, so third wheel coming into the hairpin at the top of the hill, and like tired, but like should have been able to hold that position to the finish really. But one of the last corners, like third last corner really, everyone's working hard. Two guys came past me with momentum on either side, and they just like pinched together in front of me, so I didn't want to get I was getting chopped from both sides, it felt like, so just pulled some brake, and then lost momentum into that corner, and then loads of people came around me obviously because I'm pulling brake into one of the last fast corners. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but could have anyway to get around that would have just been to like be going harder so that no one could have come around. Like pulling brake there, which is the only choice I had. Like otherwise, I would probably going down. Well, that's what it felt like at the time. So yeah, so yeah, like 15th, 20th wheel or whatever going into the sprint finish, and yeah, you needed to be up there and with momentum coming out that last corner. So yeah, wasn't really able to contest for the top 10, but yeah, pretty happy with our race, to be honest. Working hard, but smarter, I guess. Doing work to be closest to the front so that I can monitor what was going on, like I'd been saying was the issue with my previous races. So yeah, just be a bit stronger, be a bit more tactical, save a bit more energy so that you can go more full gas on that last lap. But then I also like trusted myself to go late, rather than hitting the front with like 3 laps to go like I normally do. So only came round on that final hill, which is like when everyone wants to go round, but obviously was strong enough to make the front split. But yeah, really good day of racing, and head back to the train station now, and yeah, get home. Fourth race of the week. See how I do on Sunday. It's probably pretty sore ass today, to be honest. But yeah, just see how we get on at the weekend. Actually made that unnecessarily stressful after my cool down. Couldn't find the fucking entrance to the station. I'm stressing out. I'm like, I'm there, but I just can't find the pedestrian access. Oh my god. Because obviously I'm knackered, so yeah. We're on the train now though, so all good. All my life. Useless. I'm well and truly spent. Seeing all the people on a night out on the town on a Friday night. Yeah, it's funny. Leeds and then Sheffield when I get home. Yeah, fucking hell, I'm knackered. Have something to eat and then get off to bed. Fuck yeah. Easy zone 2 ride tomorrow, and then just see how we do on Sunday really. I'll try really hard, but yeah, we'll just see what we've got in the legs on the day. Morning guys, Saturday. Getting out for a very short spin on the TT bike just to check everything's alright. Actually, we haven't ridden the rear course of speed outside yet, so just check that's all alright and feels okay. then we should be all good to go for tomorrow. So I'll get back and then I'll get out on the road bike for a longer ride. Try out the new shoes as well. Just check they're all good for riding in tomorrow. Nice little spin that. Bike all seems alright. Dog's got to my watch though. Dickheads, man. Look at that. I actually destroyed the strap. Broke my old strap at a festival, and then this one's dead now as well. Time to get out on the road bike. 2.5, 3 hours, depending on how I'm feeling really. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous day to be out into Peak. Yeah, lovely. Looks like there's some festival going on in that field. Don't know what that's all about. Bunch of flags and stuff. Solid ride that, and I felt good. So yeah, just see what I've got in the legs tomorrow. Obviously, can't be expecting anything amazing because I have just been ramping up the training for the last couple of weeks, and yeah, raced 4 times already this week on the circuit. So yeah, I could pull something nice out the bag. But yeah, I'm not expecting anything really. And then but the fitness that I'm getting from racing this much, racing is just effectively like a hard form of training, and I'm managing to survive this racing training block. I'm hoping to see the benefits down the line rather than now. But people with cycling, people do sometimes see they get really good fitness after or during like a big training block. So you never know. I might have a absolutely storming ride tomorrow, but I'm hoping to just hit similar sort of power to what I've done for the last 2 races. I should still be able to get a PB because, like I say, it's a faster course, and the course in Hull's faster than the one in Sheffield, Doncaster I did, which was the first sub 20 I did. So I'm still hoping to do a sub 19. That's the aim. I'm just going to be staring at the Wahoo to keep it above like 50, 52. Difficult wind on the day it's expecting. It's going to be tailwind on the way out. So I'm not sure how much of an effect that's going to be. Like, if I'm going to be super fast on the way out and I need to save a lot for the way back to not have too much of a differential, but because it's going to be like a 10, 11 mile an hour wind. Or maybe I just set all the course records on the way out and then just die on the way back. We'll just have to see what we do, see how we do on the day. Going to be warm at least, so that makes a change from the first 3 TTs I've done that have been relatively cold, and yeah, you move slower in the cold air. So it's getting a bit long, and it's getting warm obviously, so I think it's time to snip, just go for the buzz cut again. I'll do this at least once a year probably. Finally conquered the tin of beans, by the way. What are you looking at? I think I'm out of charge. Gonna have to leave it like this. Half the job. It'll do alright. No, I'm just fine. There we go. Go inside, tidy it up a little bit better. Just round the back, round the bottom bits. Just trim it off to just down to the skin. Pre-race ritual of making the numbers. 60th competitor on the day, and Spin Data is ranking me as meant to predicting me winning the race, and not predicting an amazing time. It's predicting like just outside of 20 minutes, but that's just based on my Spin Data ranking. So I should be. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've got a significant sub 20 in the legs, and hopefully a sub 19. But yeah, just have to see how I get on tomorrow. Gone 8:15, and I'm heading to Hull now. So back in the same course I've already done before for another 10-mile time trial. I'm starting at 11 o'clock on the dot today, so nice and simple time for me. So hopefully I won't miss my. I'm definitely not going to miss my slot. I know exactly where it is now. So yeah, 1 hour drive to Hull. Get there in plenty of time, and yeah, see what we can get up to on the day. Sub 19 boys. Right now, gone inside, got my number. Checked my numbers were all okay with timekeeper today. Same timekeeper as last time. So yeah, she was like, "Don't be late," and I'm like, "Yes, I won't be. Not again, never again." Yeah, lovely day for it. So got like an hour and 20 minutes, so I'll get everything ready and then start warming up. So yeah. Strategical heat protocol. Got an ice water bottle. Sip on that to keep cool. T-minus 45 minutes. Ice water, sugar water. All ready. Got my core temperature monitor, so I can get some data that I won't understand until next week. Yeah, do a spin on the rollers. Not get too warm because it's baking out. Yeah, and then head off to the start and not be late. What's that now? 20 minutes until the start. Just head off over there so that I'm there in plenty of time. Yeah, see you on the other side. Oh dear, that first of all got there plenty of time, so which was fine because being so warm today, you risk of overheating if you warm up too much. So yeah, just got to the start like 15 minutes early or whatever, and just chilling around there. And then I knew the conditions would be like this with a tailwind on the way out, but it felt less windy on the day. But I was absolutely flying on the way out, like 55k an hour probably. So yeah, and didn't put down as much power to save something for the way back. But yeah, it was hard work on the way back into that headwind. So and it's slightly longer on the way back. You go past the start line, so there was more headwind than tailwind there. So yeah, it was a hard ride, but it's still a sub 20 and probably a 10-second PB or something. But just have to have a look. But yeah, did well in the heat. From what I could tell, like wasn't struggling. And my core body temperature didn't really go above 39 degrees C, so it's kind of 37 at resting, 38 at moderate exercise when I did my recovery ride and my zone 2 ride the other day, and then it was getting close to 39, but didn't blow up. But I'll be doing a heat ramp test next week to work out my heat training zones, and that will give me a better idea of maybe 39 is struggling. But yeah, felt all right. Just head to the clubhouse now and see what the results are. Managed to get the win. It put me down as doing 19 minutes 14, and I'm like, that's wrong. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, checked it over with the chief timekeeper, and yeah, just written it down wrong. He clicked the recording had it as me coming through at 1 hour 19:41. I started an hour late, so it was just 19:41, but he'd put 14 instead of 41. So yeah, got that changed because yeah, I knew it wasn't that fast. It would just be wrong. Don't want a wrong data point on my file. I want it to be more accurate. So yeah, but still a PB on the day, and yeah, it wasn't the easiest day today with the strong headwind on the way back. But yeah, had a decent ride, so can't complain. Especially this being my 5th race of the week. Legs suffering a little bit, but yeah, good job. Get home now. Bloody warm in the car. So wham, home now. Bit of passive heat acclimation on the way home there. Just it's already warm enough in the car, so I just whacked up the heating to at least put it in my control, make it even warmer, and cool down the engine a little bit. And now that I get out of the car, and won't feel so warm the rest of the day. But it's too warm. I don't know, pretty bro sciencey that, not gonna lie. Gonna get out for an easy hour in a bit, just while I'm wearing all my nice kit. Riding zone 2 in a skin suit is criminal, mate. Nice little spin to cap off a solid week of training. Another 20-hour week in the bag.